Everyone's searching for the perfect blockchain.
Stop the cap.
The issue is it doesn't exist. So we're going to talk about a project, the fourth Parachain pick in my 5-part series on the upcoming Parachain slot auctions, which is coming November the 11th, 2021. So literally just around the corner. First of all, let's touch on something that you really should pay attention to. They recently just gave an update on the #1 app on the US Apple App Store, and it's Coinbase. This is a huge deal, and the reason why is, think about all the apps out there. Realize that it's a crypto app. What's that mean? The popularity is rising. That means that retail is coming to the party. When retail shows up to the party, what comes next? Inflows of cash. Tons of cash. What happens to the price of crypto? It rockets. You got to pay attention to little things like that. So many of you may already have known that, but yes, that is the #1 app. And also followed by that, well, we'll say number 3 is crypto.com. Retail is coming in full force. And if you think about retail hasn't even been the participants pushing up these prices, it's been institutions. When we get institutions and retail and everybody's joined the party, we're on for a nice bull run. So for Parachain pick number 4, we have none other than Bifrost, and we're going to talk about why it's important and what it is solving. You're definitely going to want to pay attention to this one, because a lot of times in crypto, we focus on the end user, I'll say, but there's not always that much attention on the developers. Wherever the developers go and develop, that's where the ecosystem begins to thrive. It's just like a garden. If you plant a garden, well, things are going to grow and thrive there. If you don't do anything to a piece of land, it will pretty much stay bare or how it is. It's the same thing with developers, and we don't focus on developers a lot. We just focus on the end users. That's why Bifrost is so important. You traditionally want to create a place that makes it friendly for developers. That way, blockchain ecosystems can thrive. Now, what Bifrost is doing is really focusing on what is best for the developers as a whole, and I'll explain that. Bifrost is a middleware between dApps and blockchain protocols. dApps are decentralized applications, as well as it's a staking liquidity DeFi project. And DeFi is decentralized finance. Now, this is the first middleware to enable multi-chain technology. Keep that in mind. I'm going to let you check out a really short video really fast. Let's take a look at it. Currently, we have a bunch of protocols, a bunch of blockchain protocols, and developers are having to choose which one works for them. Now, the issue with that is none of them are perfect. So we have Ethereum that has tons of different applications built on top of it, but the issue remains to be scaling. Then we have Cardano, which will scale, but due to the lack of smart contracts, it is not to a place the same as an Ethereum, right? So it doesn't have the network that Ethereum has, but has what Ethereum needs. It's almost as if you put them both together, they would be perfect. Now, they wouldn't be, but in the general sense, they would both be a lot better. Now, we also have Polkadot, who isn't quite to where it needs to be and has issues solved that Ethereum doesn't with the parachains, right? So it doesn't have those parachains yet for it to fully play out with what it needs to be the thriving ecosystem that people fully want to participate in. So that's what these parachain slot auctions are about. So as you can see, none of these layer ones, if you will, are perfect. They all need something, but they each do have things that a developer would love to have to meet whatever the purpose is for their dApp. The That's where Bifrost steps up to the scene to solve that problem. Now imagine a place where you could cherry pick from these various blockchain protocols. I like this about Ethereum, I'll take some of that. I like this about Cardano, I'll take some of this. I like this about Polkadot, I'll take that. That is what Bifrost is doing. It's connecting all blockchains. This is extremely, extremely important. And as I mentioned earlier, when we talk about developers, this is really going to help developers be able to save gas is one thing, right? Because gas is an issue. For those of y'all that don't know, Ethereum gas fees are what you pay for transactions. And when you go to do a transaction on Uniswap and literally you're trying to get $100 worth of a token and you have to spend $250 for the transaction, it's not even worth it. And that's just one of the problems as far as the speed, as far as the cost. So this is going to help them tremendously on the development side as far as the cost associated with it. So being able as a developer to cherry pick what works for you and your dApp is going to be a big deal for developers. And if it helps the developers, it is going to help the end users. Bifrost brings scalability, interoperability, and flexibility. All those things combined really makes Bifrost a strong project and one that you want to keep an eye on. On the developer side, that's where Bifrost is bringing us up to a level where really the developer has an all-in-one solution. And that's going to take place as a Polkadot Parachain. So Bifrost will allow users to pick which blockchain protocol that you want to use. So you can customize the best parts of various blockchains for your needs. Developers pay BFC to use multi-chain middleware to develop and run their dApps, minimizing the cost of gas fees when using multiple blockchain protocols compared to using a single blockchain. Now, this is not financial advice. Before you invest, you do need to do your own research and seek the help of a financial advisor. When I look at this and you see that BFC is purchased by the developers to use the multi-chain technology, well, as it grows, more developers buy BFC. As demand increases, that should have a positive effect on the price of BFC. We could really go deep into this project, but I want to keep it basic just to give you the understanding of why you want to pay attention to this in terms of the Parachain slot auction. So there are private blockchains as well and public blockchains. And these private and public blockchains need to be able to interact in a safe way altogether.
We are combining private and public blockchains. The private blockchain can be tuned up however you want, which leads to enhanced scalability. And the public blockchain gives you safety and decentralization. Bifrost splits and converts the dApp's code into private and public components, and each component is transpiled to its own native smart contract in order to achieve greater scalability. Bifrost ensures both components operate together seamlessly through linkers. Any private or public blockchain can be chosen and customized for different functions, such as scalability or privacy. Yes, we've created the first middleware platform between dApps and blockchain protocols. Want to see how Bifrost works? Just contact us at hello@thebifrost.io.
Bifrost is connecting all blockchain. If you want to check out some of the other videos I've done in this series on Parachain picks, click the link up above for a playlist. So this really is a great project. I could go deep into this one, but wanted to provide the basics since the Parachain slot auctions are coming really quickly on November the 11th. So just around the corner. Let me know in the comments which Parachain you are most interested in. And also in the comments, you can ask me any questions you have, maybe deeper about Bifrost. I'd be happy to answer them. I've got more content coming, and I'll be dropping that 5th Parachain pick very soon, as well as some other content. Hit the bell for notification if you want to see whenever I drop new content. Do me a favor, it's absolutely free. Make sure to hit the like button. I was going to say hit it twice, but don't do that because then you'll be unclicking the like button. Anyway, hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the content, and I will see you next time.